Okay, so in the past I've done a review on Zippo hand warmers whenever they first came around, and now they come in two different sizes, so I thought that I should do a follow-up review. So this one here is the 6 hour, and this one is the 12 hour. Both of these were purchased through Amazon. Should be able to find it pretty easily. Here's the back of this one. If you want to read that, you can pause the video. Sides, this is what the box looks like. It says reusable, ski, stadium, hunt, fish, work. So, and basically they're just hand warmers. You can use them for anything you'd be wanting to use hand warmers for. The backs are the same with this one. So here it says 35% more heat than leading competitor. So this is that's about it. This is 2.5 times more heat. So the bigger one says that it gives off more heat. Okay, so this is going to be a very in-depth video. I'm going to be testing the temperatures, the burn times, and the amount of heat that they give off. I'm also going to be measuring the amount of fluid that each of them use. So in the description I'll have different segments of the video. If you aren't interested in the whole thing and just want to watch parts of it, that'll be in the description. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the unboxing. Let's see. So I'm going to start with the 6 hour one first. Let's see. Okay. So it just slides out of here. So it's got the hand warmer, which this is actually just about the size of a Zippo lighter. It's got a warning here. Attention. Must be filled with lighter fluid. Read instructions before using. Okay. Little plastic there. And the fill cup on this one is very small. Here it is compared to my hand. And compared to the hand warmer. Also comes with a little felt pouch. We'll see how well that goes in. As you can see here, it fits perfectly, nice and snug. Closes right up and has a little bead to hold it in. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take off the sticker, because we read the warning and we've been warned. We're now proceeding at our own risk. See, the sticker tears rather easily, but we can get rid of that. So with the silver color of these, smudges do show up very easily. You can see all the little fingerprints of smudges on there. Okay, let's take a look at the burner. It's actually the cap fits on very snugly with this. With the previous versions, it was quite loose, and this one is very snug though. Much tighter than the other one. I'll show you one of the original ones that I had. It's much looser. Okay. So a very snug fitting cap, that's good. Go ahead and set this sticker out of the way. The burner. Oh, this is different. Looks like there is a hole in the middle of this one. Let's see if we can get it to focus there. So that's very different. As you can see on the older one, after we take the burner off, it was just cotton all the way across. It was actually very difficult to fill, so we'll see if that makes it a lot easier to fill. I would assume that it would. Okay. Close that up. Right here, so it comes with a little instruction booklet. 6 hour, 12 hour. Looks like it might be a universal instruction booklet. Same for both sets of hand warmers. Comes in English and Spanish, I believe. Okay. Set that to the side there. Sorry, I don't really have a level surface here. It's a little slanted. We'll go ahead and open up the 12 hour version now. And so far the 12 hour appears to be the same size as the original ones. I can compare that to an older one here in just a minute. Alright, looks like this box has the same contents. A larger filling thing though. Here's the hand warmer. I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side now. Get it out of the way. The booklet. Yeah, it looks like this is the exact same little booklet. I haven't read it, but I'll let you know if there's any differences between the instructions. And then, again, this is very snug. So that's a... oh, well, actually, there's a sticker. Let me take that off and see if it's still very tight. These stickers tear very easily. It'd be nicer if they were like a more plasticky sticker as opposed to the paper kind. And then I'll get the rest of this off in a minute. But yeah, it's not super tight. The smaller version is definitely much more snug. Okay, the burner looks like the same version of burner as on their kind. Not as the earlier models. They had more of like a arched type burner, but this one's just a little flat. And then this one also has a hole in the middle. And I'm going to read the instructions, and I'm assuming you fill it through the hole, and that would make it much easier to fill. Okay, and here they are side by side. You can see the size comparison. This one's more square-like, and this one's more rounded. But in the middle, they're right about the same thickness. Actually, the bigger one is a little bit thicker, it seems. But on the edge, this one's actually a little bit thicker, because this one tapers off a little bit more. Which is kind of hard to tell where it's chrome and everything's reflective. The weight, I can weigh them in a minute, but they actually feel very similar just by holding them. Here's the filling cups, side by side. And I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the pouch, see how well it fits into it, see if it's a nice snug fit. And yeah, it's right about the same kind of fit as previously. Very snug, nice feel to the pouch. And it also says Zippo right here. I don't know if the other ones did that or not. It's got a little tag. Yeah, my previous one did not have that, so that's a nice little touch. Same on the smaller version. Okay, and now I'm going to fill these with water and put it into a measuring cup and see how much they hold. Alright, so I'm assuming multiple people would be curious as to how much lighter fluid these actually use. So what I've done is I have filled both cups to the line with water. Instead of lighter fluid, I'm going to measure it. Here's just a little measuring cup. It comes in milliliter sizes. So I'm just going to pour that into there and see how high it is. The average small can of lighter fluid like this, 4 ounces, is 118 milliliters. For reference. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and fill the hand warmers now. So previously with the 12-hour one, it would have a mark for 12 hours. Not sure how the contrast is working here. So it would have a mark for 12 hours, then it also had a smaller mark for 6 hours. This one only has one line, however, and then the smaller one only has one line as well. So I've got my Zippo lighter fluid here. I'm going to do the smaller one first. So you just pour the lighter fluid in there. Which it's a little bit hard to do with the smaller hole. Because I did spill just a little bit of it there. Okay. There we're going to go ahead and fill it right in the filling hole. And that doesn't quite want to line up very well. So a little bit of it did spill out there. But it appears to have all went in. Just a very small amount split out. Actually, I believe it did get soaked up into the cotton. Okay, and we're going to replace the burner. And it says to leave it upright for 2 minutes for the cotton to fully absorb the lighter fluid. Just going to snap the burner back on there and wait a little bit, and then we'll light it. But before that, I'm going to go ahead and fill the other one. I'm going to set this up over here to the side, upright. And I'm going to go ahead and fill the other one now. Okay, closing up the fluid. The burner is a nice snug fit on there. It seems like this one fits better. Seems like it's a larger hole there for the spout to pour into. Okay, and then I'm going to let both of those sit for just a minute, and I'll be right back. Alright, now that these have set for a while, I'm going to attempt to light it. I let it sit for just about 2 minutes, just like the instructions call for. So, I don't have a Zippo lighter this time, so this is just going to have to work. We're just going to hold the flame to it for about 10 seconds. As the directions say. Alright, and now we're going to see if it's successfully lit. Usually you can see a small red glow, at least that's how you could with the other ones. Let's see if it's feels like it's giving off any heat. Can't really see much of a glow, but it does feel a little warm. Yeah, it's definitely giving off heat. Let's see if we can see any kind of glow there. There's just a very faint red glow there. I'm not sure if the camera can really pick it up. Yeah, you should be able to see it just a little bit there. And that's about all it gets. You can go ahead and cap this one up and light the larger one. Alright, let's see if that's got it. Yeah, the larger one is much easier to tell right there that it is in fact lit. Much better glow on the larger one than on the smaller one. Okay. So I'm going to let these sit for a while and let them get up to their peak temperature, and then I'm going to take a reading on them with an infrared thermometer to see what temperature each of them get up to. Alright, so while I was waiting for the pouches to heat up, I refilled the little measuring pouring containers, and I used a 100 milliliter graduated cylinder. instead of the little measuring cup this time. And what I got was this one for the 6 hour was around 11 milliliters, and then the 12-hour one was right around 21.5 milliliters. So the 6 hour one is right about twice as much, or the 12 hour is right about twice as much as the 6 hour one, which is what you would guess. So it's been about 10-15 minutes or so. Both the pouches have had some time to heat up. Both of them just like a nice warm now, not too hard, not like too hot. It feels nice to warm your hands on a cold day up next to. So let's see. This pouch right there, 102.2 for the 6 hour, and for the 12 hour, right around 95.5. So again, the smaller one is warmer. See right there, live action. Alright, so the smaller one is warmer, but then again it also has less surface area. So I've devised a little test to relatively see about the amount of heat they give off. I'm going to put them in a styrofoam cup and then use another cup as the lid to it. And then I have, let's see, I've got a thermometer right here. Sorry about that, it's got a really long cord, it's getting tangled up. So it's just a thermometer here, and it's got a little node there. So what I'm going to do is poke a hole in the top of the top cup and just dangle that in there a little bit. And then I'm going to give each one of them 5 minutes inside the cup, and then get a reading of what the temperature inside of it is. So that way we can get a rough amount of what kind of heat they give off just to compare them. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to go ahead and do this on camera. As you can see here, it's got a temperature sensor in the unit here and on the probe. So this one's a little close to my hand now, so it's a little bit off. So it's right around 70, 71 in the room. So what I'm going to do is just, sorry about that, I'm just going to poke a little hole in the top one here. Try to not make it too bad of a hole. Just got to be big enough for this to fit through. Okay. So I'm going to use the same top cup for both. So there's no difference in distance from the sensor to the hand warmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tape this up. It's just going to be sitting right inside the top. And that's also going to cover the hole. So right there, just right there up against the top of the cup. I'm going to tape over it to hold that in place and to cover the rest of the hole there. Alright, I'm going to do the small one first. Setting it inside, and I'm going to go ahead and start a stopwatch. Okay, I'm going to start it now. And I'm going to stop that and reset it. And I'm going to tape it up first. Just with some electric tape here. Okay. And now I'm starting a stopwatch. And then really there's no sense in recording the whole thing here, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this, but I'm not going to touch anything. I'm actually going to let it record. I'm just going to cut the video. Okay, I decided I'm just going to actually speed up this segment so you can see the changes over time. So you can tell it's already warmer inside of the cup than it was before. Okay, so the temperature actually hasn't changed very much yet. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run up until 10 minutes. I didn't see if it's done anything since then. Alright, it's now been 10 minutes. Hasn't really rose any more above 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is right about 6 degrees above room temperature inside the cup from the small hand warmer. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out. And then I actually have to charge my camera just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. And I'll pick back up with the large one. Alright, I've got some more charge in the camera now. So I've already done it with the small one, which still feels warmer than the larger one. We can just do this just to test. It's only been a few minutes. 93. Actually, sorry, I think I got the string there. Yeah, right there, 102. And then about 95.7. Alright, so still got the same top cup with the probe in it. Still reading about the same. It's not the most accurate thermometer in the world. So I'm going to put the larger one on the bottom cup. This one's a snugger fit. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and tape that back up. Alright, and I'm going to start the stopwatch. And I'm going to leave it recording for 10 minutes again. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. So the internal temperature of the cups, according to the probe, 79 degrees Fahrenheit, room temperature 71, so that's an 8-degree difference. So it is greater than the small one. So the small one is warmer to the touch than the larger one. So I'll get that out real quick. So just by feel, the small one is warmer than the big one. But where the big one is larger, it does give off more heat.